Ottawa's real estate market has seen consistently strong demand and high prices for the past couple of years, making it an attractive destination for many home buyers and investors. And although since June of 2022, we've seen a relatively flat market due to seasonal changes, rapid increase in inflation, and multiple interest rate hikes by the Bank of Canada. And as the market has experienced a sudden and unexpected halt in its overinflated state, some individuals have become anxious. In this uncertain market, many buyers are often asking me if now is a good time to purchase real estate in Ottawa. And I always tell them, well, before we get into it, show reel, hit it. This is Twolan, living in Ottawa, and if you want to learn everything about what it's like to work, sleep, play, and live in Ottawa, then make sure to tap that subscribe button and click the bell so you're notified each and every time we do a brand new video. We actually get a lot of people reaching out to us who are curious about moving to Ottawa, and we absolutely love helping them on their journey. So if you're thinking about making a move and you have questions about the market, feel free to reach out to us. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, because we got your back. We're moving to Ottawa. And despite the plateauing in the average housing prices, recent economic shifts have indicated that the market is not as necessarily on a downward slide and that it's just leveling out. And since the pandemic began, many buyers have been flooding the market in search of their dream homes, leading to what some have referred to as a very overinflated seller's market. However, we are now very much in a more balanced market as unit sales have subsided and both buyers and sellers get comfortable entering into a conditional transactions. And although there may still be some unevenness due to the changing economic landscape caused by the pandemic, it does seem that the housing market is returning back to stability. And February saw a slowdown in unit sales for Ottawa home buyers, and as we've seen for consecutive months now, indicating that the potential buyers are taking their time when making decisions in the current market. And this could be attributed to both the increasing inflation costs as well as the increasing interest rates from the Bank of Canada. And the combination has created a certain amount of hesitancy surrounding listing prices. And as home buyers grow increasingly cautious during uncertain economic times, potential buyers are now convinced that prices still are going to decline even further, resulting in a seemingly never-ending standoff where no one is willing to make the first move, and thinking the bottom of the market is still just around the corner. Despite these factors, real estate experts in Ottawa remain optimistic about the local housing market, pointing to an expected pickup in activity as spring approaches and potentially new constructed units become available and more resale properties hit the market. If you're looking to catch up on the latest trends in Canadian real estate, then who better to ask than our team of experts? We brought together the top YouTube realtors from the markets across Canada. So now you can just sit back and enjoy some digital sightseeing. Whether it's Toronto, Calgary, Halifax, or anywhere in between, simply click the links below in the video description and take a virtual tour of Canada's red-hot real estate markets. But to be honest, the bottom of the market might already be here. But before we get into that, let's cover the latest data from OREB, the Ottawa Real Estate Board. The Ottawa Real Estate Board, OREB, saw a significant decrease in residential property sales during the month of February 2023 versus the same period last year. And a total of 855 properties were sold through OREB's multiple listing service, the MLS, representing a 39% decrease from 1,411 sales in February 2022. And of all the properties sold, 633 were freehold and 222 were condominium properties, with a respective decrease of 42% and 31%. Notably, the current level of unit sales actually falls below the average 5-year number for the same time frame of 1,157 units. And although the pandemic has caused a flurry of market activity in the past year, with transactions and prices up compared to last February, some declines are looming as we prepare to enter into the spring market. And the silver lining is that due to the Bank of Canada holding interest rates steady, prospective buyers have more budget certainty than we may have anticipated for this same time time last year. And consistent interest rates ultimately provide more financial stability when considering these larger investments and can therefore influence buying decisions for those in the market for a home or property within the next few months. So let's look at the numbers for February of 2023. In February, the average sale price for a freehold class property was $708,968, and this represents a 5% increase from January of that year. Unfortunately, it still marks a 15% decrease compared to 2022's average cost. Year over year, the average sale price of a condominium class property dropped 12%, now standing at an average $410,927. And year to date, the average sale cost for freehold properties is $695,086, and for condos, that's actually at $411,449. And although these prices are comparatively lower than those in 2022 by 14% and 10% respectively, the rise in freehold prices during January could be an indication that purchasers are adapting to the present interest rates, and perhaps this is a sign of more activity in the upcoming months. Freehold class properties have actually seen an impressive surge in months of inventory, rising at 2.8 from 0.7 recorded in February of 2022. And the months of inventory for condominium class properties has risen to 2.5 from a mere 0.7 in February of 2022. And February's new listings of 1,366 fell 22% below February of 2022, which was 1,762. And that's actually up 3% from January of 2023, which is actually 1,323. That's a lot of numbers. And the 5-year average for new listings in February is 1,632. And last month saw a decrease in days on market for freeholds from 43 to 37 days, and condos experienced a similar decrease of 47 to just 43. A decrease in days on market paired with fewer new listings entering the market is good news for sellers. However, if that trend continues to impact our supply stock and we don't get more inventory, the balanced market could swing back into a very strong seller's market, but it might be just too early to predict. In the past decade, there's been a marked increase in home buying activity, largely due to the rapid population growth seen nationally. And according to figures available from Q3 of 2012 to Q3 of 2022, this rate of growth was around 12.1%. Additionally, interest rates have also had a great influence on home buying activity, with their levels fluctuating quite significantly throughout that period. In May of 2009, we saw them reach an all-time low of 0.25% before climbing in 2018 and 2019 and then settling back down to the same low of 0.25%. This sustained decrease in interest rates meant that individuals were more likely to secure a mortgage than at any other time over that decade. In the last 8 years, the average cost has skyrocketed by a whopping 76%, making the price now stand at $593,000 in late 2022. And Ottawa's residential housing market has returned to balance territory, and after experiencing 2 years of a very inflated hot sellers market. And these days, fewer first-time homebuyers have been actually seen in recent months. A majority of homeowners that are buying and selling today are mostly move-up and downsize homeowners. A considerable number of people are selecting shorter fixed-term mortgages that range from 2 to 3 years in the anticipation that interest rates will actually start to decrease in 2023. And with increasing numbers of buyers from Toronto and Vancouver, investors have been flocking to Ottawa area in search of more affordable 4-bedroom detached homes to invest in. And financial affordability has been a major topic in the city due to the high interest rates. And subsequently, some homeowners who purchased during 2018 and 2019 hope to benefit from their equity gains by downsizing their homes ahead of renewing 5-year fixed terms on mortgages. And Ottawa-Gatineau's real estate market has been a beacon of steadiness, with the area's largest employer offering an unparalleled level of job stability that continues to drive home buying activity. And following the Bank of Canada's decision that further rate increases are unwarranted in order to keep the economic growth at a steady pace, the Ottawa housing market should soon experience increasing in prices. Population growth is a reality that must be taken into consideration when assessing current and future economic conditions. And the federal government is actually actively striving to increase immigration levels, which will contribute to the population increase. And Canada has set ambitious goals for their immigration target: 465,000 new permanent residents in 2023, with another 485,000 in 2024 and 500,000 in 2025. This is an important step towards the country's long-term development and progress. But as a result, demand for housing in certain regions is expected to be higher from some years to come. And Ottawa is among a top choice of immigrants looking to settle down in Canada due to its high quality of life, stable work conditions, and safety. And with an increasing number of people immigrating and migrating to Ottawa from places around the world or even across Canada, the demand for housing in Ottawa will inevitably rise. And this high demand, combined with the limited property inventory, will cause real estate prices to become increasingly expensive. And despite this, Ottawa continues to be an attractive for those who are looking for a safe and cosmopolitan city to move into with plenty of opportunities, making it a prime destination for immigrating families. The construction industry is facing an unprecedented challenge with the high cost of materials and labor, leading to concerns that this could worsen the current housing crisis. Further impacted by the lack of skilled trades, new housing becomes increasingly unattainable, with prices directly proportional to the cost of building it. Therefore, a rise in both raw materials and wages quickly affects the bottom line from which a developer is willing to offer new homes. And this could have serious implications for those in need of a new dwelling. And as restrictions on supply then lead to even further cost to increases beyond what's already been seen in recent years. And the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation, CMHC, has released a report in which they noted that the level of housing starts during the first half of this year had remained steady, and despite the decline in overall activity. According to the report, this is largely due to an increase in multi-unit starts, which saw a rise of 4.4% and far exceeded the 5-year average levels for this period. This suggests that although there are fewer overall housing starts compared to recent years, certain sectors of the market held strong despite challenging economic conditions. And in 2022, we saw a decrease in both single, detached, and condominium apartment starts when compared to 2021, and leading to sluggish activity overall. And on the other hand, row home and rental apartments started to rise significantly during this period, indicating that an increasing demand of affordable housing solutions. The construction time for dwelling types has also seen an increase recently, raising concerns in an already uncertain housing market. And the explanation behind this rise is attributed to the disruption of supply chains as a result of the pandemic, as well as the labor mishaps that come along with that. And these events not only cause a delay in housing builds, but also have a domino effect on other businesses that depend on completion times and the availability of those resources. An underlying concern that is that this will further fuel the housing shortage and drive up prices. On January 25th, 2023, the Bank of Canada announced a 0.25% increase in its policy interest rate, taking it to 4.5%. And this latest hike marks the 8th time that the Bank of Canada has increased its rates over the past 12 months. And the increases actually have been put in place to help stimulate the economy and guide inflationary pressures down. After such an impressive and unprecedented rate hikes all within a year, the bank has now chosen to pause any further implementation until it can monitor and evaluate the inflation's journey back towards a 3% by mid-year or 2% by 2024. That seems ambitious. I don't know if they'll go down that low. And this decision appears to be indicative of Bank of Canada's commitment to monetary stability, as well as their cautious optimism for a gradual economic recovery post-pandemic. Although interest rates are likely to remain relatively high for the first part of 2023, some analysts predict that the inflation may start to curve off by Q3, Q4 of 2023, which may inevitably lead to a decrease in the interest rates that will soon follow. With a combination of limited housing inventory, an already high buyer demand from local buyers who are not currently taking buying action, and increased immigration into the city over the next 3 years, Ottawa is poised to enter a very competitive real estate market. Low supply combined with near future decrease in inflation costs and the soon to follow potential interest rate drop, will result in higher prices and increased stress and anxiety for home buyers. And for those interested in taking advantage of this stabilizing real estate market, now would be the opportune time to act, because prices may have already reached their lowest point in the process and we may be experiencing the bottom of the market. Those that wait may actually see prices start to increase and then realize it's too late because the bottom has already passed by, and then not take action and regret it. No one can time the market and no one can accurately predict where things might go, but these looming factors may be indicative of where the market is heading. Hey, if these videos are helping you in any way, please help us by hitting that like button and telling the YouTube algorithm that we're doing a good job. The real estate market in Ontario is expected to grow in popularity and value over the course of 2023. And with select cities facing a spike in their home prices, according to RE/MAX forecast from December, Ottawa is one of these cities where prices will likely go up between 2 and 8% by this time next year. And as are Sudbury, Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, Brampton, Mississauga, Muskoka, Niagara, Windsor, York, Haliburton, Peterborough, and the Kawarthas, as well as Kingston. And in 2023, the Canadian Housing Market Outlook report from RE/MAX anticipates a 4% surge in property costs and a 1.5% boost in unit transactions in the Ottawa real estate market. If you're looking to catch up on the latest trends in Canadian real estate, then who better to ask than our team of experts? We've brought together the top YouTube realtors from the markets across Canada. So now you can just sit back and enjoy some digital sightseeing. Whether it's Toronto, Calgary, Halifax, or anywhere in between, simply click the links below in the video description and take a virtual tour of Canada's red-hot real estate markets. According to local housing professionals, the Ottawa real estate landscape is currently experiencing three major trends: multi-generational living, minimal upward mobility, and an increase in first-time home buyers. Ottawa first-time home buyers are particular when it comes to finishes, style, and location of their home, and many avoid home renovations due to their budget constraints. And as the cost of single-family dwellings continues to be too expensive to rent, multi-generational and multi-residential properties and tiny and coach home adaptations are predicted to grow in popularity. And Ottawa's housing market continues to be hindered by a lack of available inventory and caused by delayed development projects because of rising fees and resource shortages. Experts predict that home prices could go up as much as 4% in 2023. And if you are an Ottawa home buyer, the spring and summer of 2023 could be the greatest opportunity to make your purchase before prices start to go up. And taking advantage of the balanced market this season can actually prove beneficial for you in the long run. And speaking of relocating, if you have any questions about the moving process, feel free to reach out to us. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, even wrap it up in a bow and send it first class, because we got your back. We're moving to Ottawa or anywhere across Canada. And each and every week we're bringing brand new videos just like this one, so make sure to tap that subscribe button and click the bell so you're notified each and every time we do a brand new video. Till next time, take care.